Okay, in this project, you need to calculate gross pay in a new payroll worksheet for the hourly paid staff at the Waterfront Bistro. You're going to begin by entering labels and values. So at a blank Excel spreadsheet, click the File tab and New and Blank Workbook. And with cell A1, the active cell, type payroll. And as you type a new entry in a cell, the entry appears in the formula bar as well as within the active cell. To end a cell entry, press Enter. Move to another cell in the worksheet, or click Enter in the formula bar, which is right here. Okay. With cell A2, the active cell, type week ended. Enter, and then notice the entry in A2 is overflowing into B, C, and D. You can allow a label to spill over into an adjacent column as long as you do not plan to enter other data in the overflow column. In a later section, you'll learn how to adjust column lists. So, and now we're going to enter the remaining labels as shown below in the diagram in your book under step 5. By making the appropriate cell active and typing the label and pressing Enter or clicking another cell. Do not complete the labels for the days of the week beyond Sunday, as this will be completed in steps 6 through 8. By the way, I failed to mention before I started entering all my data, but when you're filling in an Excel spreadsheet, do it by column. So do all of column A first, then go do all of column B and C, and the reason why is because it's just easier. When you hit Enter, your active cell moves down, so it just makes it easier and quicker to enter your data. Okay, click in cell C4 to make it the active cell. A thick green border surrounds the active cell. A small green square displays at the bottom right corner of the active cell. This green square is called the fill handle. The fill handle is used to fill adjacent cells with the same data or consecutive data. The entries that are automatically inserted in the adjacent cells are dependent on the contents of the active cell. You will use the fill handle in cell C4 to automatically enter the remaining days of the week in cells D4 through I4. So point at the fill handle in C4, which is right here. The cell pointer changes from a large white cross to a thin black cross. Hold down the left mouse button and drag the pointer to cell I4 and then release. And notice when you're dragging, you can see the tooltips pop up the days of the week, and then let go. The entries Monday through Saturday appear in D4 to I1. As you drag the pointer, we could see that. And then when you're done, you get these options, okay? By clicking the autofill options button, it causes the drop-down list to display with various alternative actions for filling the text or data in the cells. So we could have just, fill weekdays, and then it would have started over. And now I need to do it again. Okay. To fix it. Okay. Just know that you have that option available to you. Now, click in C5 to make it the active cell. And now you're going to just start entering a bunch of data. And type 6 and hit the right arrow and type 5 in D5 and then the right arrow and then type the rest of them. 8, 8, 7, 0, 6. Make F5 the active cell. F5. Point at the fill handle in F5 and drag the pointer to F13. This time the active cell contained a value. The value 8 is copied to the adjacent cells. Enter the remaining values for employee hours as shown. Use the fill handle where duplicate values appear in adjacent cells to enter the data as efficiently as possible. After you do that, make K5 your active cell. And we're going to put in $8.25 for that, $8.25. Press Enter. I'm going to position my cell pointer over K5. And I'm going to hold down the left mouse button and drag down to K13. This is a range. It's when a range of 2 or more cells. Select a range of cells when you want to perform an action on a group of cells. Okay, so with the home tab active, I'm going to click the fill button, the fill down button, which is right here. And I'm going to choose down. And that's another way to fill contents to cells. And then click any cell in the worksheet to deselect it. We're going to go to the Save button in the Quick Access toolbar, and because I haven't saved this yet, it's going to have us save. So I'm going to go to Recent Folders, and there's my folder I'm saving my files for Excel Section 1, and I'm going to type in my name, ES1-WBP Payroll. In the correct box would be nice. Enter. Okay, next, activity 1.3, performing calculations using formulas. You'll use 2 methods to enter formulas to calculate total hours and gross pay for the first 2 employees listed in the payroll worksheet. So we're going to make J5 the active cell. And we're going to type in the big, huge, long formula. Okay, instead of typing that, I'm going to hit equals, and then I'm going to point at the first one, C5, and click. Then I'm going to go plus, point, and click at the next one, plus, and just keep doing that. Click, plus, click, plus, click, and then when I'm done with I5, I'm going to hit enter. Okay, it's just easier than typing it all out. I'm going to make J5 my active cell. And they're showing you in these steps about different ways to enter this. If you click in J5, this is a different way. Let's see here. Make L5 your active cell. Type the equal sign. And click J5, because to find gross pay, you want to take total hours worked and multiply it by what you get paid per hour, right? So then we're going to click there, hit the asterisk to multiply, and then K5, which is our pay rate, and then click the check mark up here, and that enters your value, $330. Okay? Now we're moving on to 1.4. Okay, they had you, I'm just going to do this. We know how to do this. They had you type it in individually. Okay, we're just going to do that. Okay, so we are going to make J5 the active cell. And now I'm going to use the sum button in the home tab. Home, here's sum, click sum. Okay, and it's going to guess which ones you want to add. And in this case, it's guessing correctly. It's saying start with C5 and end with I5, and that's right. So hit enter. Okay, and then we're going to delete this amount here, and we're going to do the auto sum button again. Does the same thing, C6 to I6, enter. And now this time they keep having you do this. Let's see, J7, I'll see if it does something different here. Okay, it does do something different. All right, it guesses incorrectly. Okay, so if that happens, you just point and click and drag over the cells that should be added. You can just change the range real easy. Okay, C7. And okay, we already did that. C8, And we're going to hold down the mouse. We're going to drag over to J8. And since we have that one on the far right open, and we could do that, and that's another way to get the sum. And now we're going to hold it over C9. Hold down the left mouse button and drag the pointer to J13. Auto sum. Ooh, that's incorrect. I did that wrong. Click in J8 and look at the formula. Okay, and now it says we should be able to do this. Let's try it again. Mine's adding the wrong ones. Maybe I missed a step, but anyway, I'm going to undo. And I'm just going to grab the fill handle here and fill down, because that'll give us the right formula. And if you look at the formula bar, you can see that. Okay. And we're going to save. Click the save button. And now activity 1.5 is functions. Activity 1.5 is dealing with functions. To simplify your completion of the worksheet, you'll copy formulas into two methods, copy and paste and the fill handle. So make L6 your active cell, L6. Click the copy button in the clipboard group on the home tab. So right here's copy. Select L7 to L13, L7 to L13, and then paste. Okay, and I'm going to hit the escape key to get rid of the scrolling marquee. And then I'm going to look at the formula bar here, and is it right? It's changing. The letters are staying the same, the columns are staying the same, but the row number is changing, which is what we want because we're trying to figure gross pay for every employee. Okay? C15, make that your active cell. Click the auto sum button, which in this case it will include this empty cell. It's fine because the answer is not going to be any different, but I would only include the cells that have numbers in them, and then hit enter. And then now make that your active cell, and we're going to drag all the way over to L15. Okay, I'm going to make K15 my active cell, and I'm going to press delete because we don't need to know the total for the pay rate column. Okay, I'm going to make D15 my active cell. And I can see that my formula is correct. And I'm going to go over and make sure the rest are, and I'm going to hit save.